Okay, gamers, here we are. Week 15. Only 2 weeks left of my fat loss phase. Okay, we're gonna bust through this really fast and then I'm gonna get my cardio in. Calorie and macro strategy for the week stays exactly the same as it has for the past few weeks. 1,449 calories a day, 145 grams of protein a day, 45 grams of fat, and 116 grams of carbs, but I'm not like super strict about getting exact macros, okay? I think we know this already, but I just want to say I'm not super strict. I always prioritize protein first, and then like the fats and the carbs are kind of just doing whatever they're doing as long as I'm in or around 1450 calories. I am aiming for 10K steps a day. My priorities this week are 5 lifting sessions. Caveat being, I might have to change my workouts based around how my shoulder is feeling. I'm just like super worried about my shoulder, so I don't want to push it. And most likely the upper body days are going to be on the lighter side and probably capping my reps. I just really don't want to make my shoulder worse. And you know, it's a kind of thing where basically you use your shoulder joint with every upper body exercise. So it is what it is. Right now we're obviously not trying to build muscle, so if I can just maintain what I have, that would be awesome. I plan to do 1 high intensity interval cardio session this week, which I'm about to do now on Monday, but in pursuit of getting 10,000 steps a day, I will probably be doing other like follow along cardio type videos just at a lesser intensity. So it's not going to be like super heart rate up, sweating it out kind of situation. This week I am taking 3 Yohimbine HCl pills a day. That's the same as last week. I'm not going to talk a lot about Yohimbine HCl. It's basically a stimulant. There's a disclaimer and a link to more information in the description of this video if you want to educate yourself. So far, I have not had any negative side effects, but it does come with side effects, and you should know that before you start using them if you so desire to do that. And then yeah, I just want to prioritize recovery for my shoulder. So I want to move it and I want to exercise it, but I don't want to make the injury worse. Recently, I learned about the MIIT protocol from JD Gaines, who is a certified personal trainer and my friend and a fellow fitness YouTuber. Am I a fitness YouTuber? I guess I am. Anyways, I will leave her channel linked in the description. If you are looking for fitness educational videos, she has a lot of really good information, but basically MIIT means movement. Okay, wait. Movement, exercise, analgesics, and treatment. So basically after your injury is out of the sharp stabbing pain portion of the recovery process, you start to move it around, which I have been doing. Then you get into the exercise portion, which I have been doing with light weights, not pushing myself too hard. Analgesis, I'm gonna like leave it on the page because I don't think I'm saying it right, but basically means if you need like pain medication, like over-the-counter pain medication, you can take that with the guidance of a medical professional. I don't think that I need that for my shoulder. It doesn't really bother me too much when I'm just existing. So I'm not worried about that. And then, you know, if you do all those things and it's still not right, that's when you seek treatment either with a doctor, a physical therapist, or maybe like a massage therapist, something like that. So anyways, doing the MIIT protocol for my shoulder. And then, yeah, that's basically it. I'm worried about my fatigue levels because I'm feeling like really tired right now. We're coming into like week 15. So obviously I've been in a calorie deficit for quite a while and quite a steep calorie deficit for my body. So I'm just like tie. I am tired, I am fatigued. My body is fatigued, my mind is fatigued. I got a lot of stuff going on right now. And, the temptation to go off strategy to like just like throw the diet out the window has been high lately. And I'm just like doing my best to stick with it. But I also didn't really help myself out this week because I didn't set up like a meal plan like I normally do, as you probably have guessed because you didn't see the weekly menu. I totally had time. I could have sat down, taken 5 minutes, assessed what I had in the freezer, and come up with a list of things. I mean, I could still do it now, but I just didn't. I'm just gonna try to play it by ear. And if I end up having like instant ramen every day for the rest of the week, I can make it work. I can make it fit my macros in a relatively nutritious way. So I'm not super worried about it, but it probably would have been less mental stress to have it already ready to go. And yeah, there's just like a lot. Yeah, I did it for the bit, but actually I need this. It's a lot of things pulling my mental energy right now. So yeah, it's just like doing my best to like push through. I think I'll be okay with the diet. I think I'll be okay with the workouts, but it's just a little difficult. And I live a relatively stress-free life, y'all know. I don't have kids. I normally don't have to really police or take care of Joey that much, but he's in a situation right now where he needs more help than usual. So in the best of times, I don't have too much trouble with my fitness, but sometimes when everything coalesces, I have a difficult time. Last year, in 2024, and I have the records of it because I'm a journal girly, but there was a few months, I think almost 3 or 4 full months in 2024 that I just like did not work out, and it was just like a whole slew of things were happening, and just I was not in really a good place to prioritize my fitness. So right now, even though stuff is happening, I'm doing my best. And honestly, thank you all for being here and watching these weekly vlogs, because while I don't want to like put pressure on the community to like keep me accountable, sometimes like making these videos helps me keep myself accountable. How about that? Mentally tired, physically tired, mentally fatigued, physically fatigued. My hamstrings are also really sore. I didn't really mention it last week that much, I don't think, but I did a leg workout on Saturday and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go light. And I did kind of go light, but at the same time, I guess I went hard enough that I made myself sore and my hamstrings are sore right now. But anyways, that is the check-in. I had a good weigh-in this morning also. 142.4, which is slightly concerning. I'm a little worried that the weight is coming off a little too fast now. It was like very slow and steady, but now it feels like it's dropping off a little more quickly than I would like, but hopefully it's not muscle mass. But if it is, it's, you know, it'd be like that. So a low weigh-in this morning, and I'm feeling very lean lately, but at the same time, the dysmorphia be hitting a little bit. I'm feeling also very skinny, but probably I didn't make as much progress as I had hoped in my last improvement phase, which makes sense because the few months before I started this fat loss phase, I was kind of like just gaining weight without working out that much. So it is what it is, it's on me. I'm feeling like my legs and my glutes are looking very slim in a way that I personally don't find the most aesthetic, but it is what it is. We all have our own preferences. It might be an ideal body type for some people, and if that's what you prefer, like, more power to you. I just prefer kind of like a more Chun-Li, Street Fighter type of vibe, which I don't have. I've always struggled with my legs. But anyways, I'll talk to you in like 2 seconds or maybe like 1 minute. Ooh, we got a mukbang angle down here. Also, why 5-head angle? Jeez. So I have two distinctly separate parts to my dinner tonight. This is regular green cabbage stir-fried with a little bit of lean ground beef, and I just seasoned the heck out of it with my typical concoction of suspect powders. And then this is the air-dried instant ramen kimchi stew flavor, just completely separate. I had like a quarter of a cabbage I want to get rid of, and I just used the exact amount of ground beef I needed to get my protein goal, and then I had like 500 calories left, so I was like, I'm just gonna have a completely separate bowl of instant ramen. I'm really trying to like make my way through all the stuff in the fridge, because better to use it up than to let it go bad before we go on vacation. Even though vacation is not really like for another 3 or 4 weeks, it's just like something I'm thinking about. I totally didn't film it, and there's absolutely no evidence, but after I did like the whole stepping workout thing, or just like the high intensity interval cardio workout, which was about 30 minutes, which was not that high intensity, but I was like, I wonder if I could just run for a little bit. So I jumped on the treadmill and ran at like a 6 mile an hour pace for like literally just 2.5 minutes. I only did like a quarter of a mile, but it was kind of cool to move my body in that way, in a way that I normally don't do. But I probably will not do a lot of that because of my joints, and I just like don't really need to do it, to be honest. It was just like kind of cool to see myself do it, or to feel myself do it, I guess. I couldn't watch myself, but yeah. If I do it again, I will try to remember to film it so you can see. I'd be interested in looking at my gait, my running gait, because I think it's probably not that good. But yeah, anyways, have a good night. It's Tuesday, and I'm feeling a little unhinged, so I'm basically just gonna eat this entire little tub of low-fat cottage cheese for lunch. It is 80 grams per serving, 1 fat, 5 carbs, and 12 protein, and there's 4 servings per container, so that's like 48 grams of protein and 320 calories. So yeah, just wanted to, I don't know, I'm not even explaining myself. I'm just telling you that I'm having a really unhinged lunch. But yeah, I'm just feeling like really hungry right now, so I'm gonna eat this. I'll probably sweeten it a little bit with sugar substitute and maybe some Chinese 5-spice. But yeah, that's it. That's all I want to say. Okay, see you later. Yo, it is Tuesday, April 15th, and I'm about to get my workout in, but I wanted to let you know that I did decide to change up my program a little bit. Hopefully the mic wasn't just covered that entire time, but yeah, decided definitively to change up the workout. So today I'm going to be doing my quad focused leg day. Tomorrow will be upper body, and then the day after that, which is Thursday, is going to be a lower accessories day, is what I'm calling it. And then off on Friday as usual, coming back Saturday with another leg day. That's going to be the that's going to be the glute focused leg day, and then Sunday is going to be another upper body day. Upper body days are gonna be like at or less than maintenance, because I'm just worried about my shoulder. It's feeling mostly okay, but every once in a while I'm getting a twinge. I did decide to change up a couple things about the lower body days. So today I switched out the front squats to goblet squats. So goblet squats, you hold like a dumbbell up at your chest. I'm just worried about like getting my shoulder into position and holding the bar up here at my neck. I also just don't think that, yeah, like doing this, I can feel something not great in my shoulder, so I don't think I would be able to do like a barbell back squat either. So we're gonna do goblet squats instead. Everything else about the quad focus workout is gonna be the same. For the Saturday glute focus workout, I'm gonna do the landmine RDLs again. I just don't think that I want to try to push my upper body to like hold the weight for a deadlift. I use a lot of like upper back for like bracing when I do my deadlifts. A lot of times my upper back is really sore, and that's like directly connecting to my shoulder. And when I did that upper body day last week, it was the rear delt exercise that caused me the most discomfort. So we're gonna do the landmine instead, do a lighter weight, and that should be good. I do get really good engagement from the RDLs with the landmine, so it shouldn't be a big deal. And then lastly, the lower accessory day, it's gonna start out with stationary reverse lunges. I'm probably just gonna alternate. It's a little bit easier when you alternate because basically you get a tiny bit of rest in between each leg, but I think that's totally okay. And then we're gonna do leg curls, leg extensions, hip abduction, and then hip adduction. And the leg extension and leg curls are gonna be both legs at the same time. Like, I honestly think that at this point in the fat loss phase, I might just be in like maintenance mode, legitimate maintenance mode, where I'm not really like pushing myself to do as much weight as I can or as many reps as I can. I just have to manage my fatigue levels, and I'm really like definitively starting to feel it at this point, Mr. Krabs. I'm still gonna get some calorie burn. I'm still gonna try to hold on to as much muscle mass as possible, but I just don't really see myself like going super hard with the lifts right now. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm just like feeling lazy or if I legit need to just like dial it back a little bit. We'll see how it goes. So anyways, I'm gonna get started on the workout, and obviously I'll show you what I do. Okay, looking super shiny, but I took a shower before working out and then obviously lotioned. So anyways, workout is over and I think it went pretty well. I definitely did not put in like 1000% effort, but I maybe did like 90% effort, which I think is pretty good for where I'm at currently in this season of my life. The goblet squats, I definitely could have done more weight. I basically just used one 25-pound dumbbell at my chest, and I did 3 sets of 15 reps. At 15 reps, my legs were burning though. And I did use these like cork wedges to elevate my heels, and I think that probably isolated my quads a little bit better. I'll link these in the description if you're interested. Not sponsored and or affiliated in any way, just if you're interested. But yeah, I did like the goblet squats. I felt like it was not really like a heavy compound exercise, but maybe it pre-exhausted my quads a little bit for the heavier leg extensions, which was pretty nice. I actually found out that my inner thighs are super sore from last leg day, and I hadn't really realized that because I don't use my adductor muscles that much in everyday life, but when I hopped on the machine, I was like, oh no, it was super painful. So I definitely didn't like go crazy with the adduction today. Overall, I think it was a pretty good workout, slightly hindered by the soreness I'm still feeling in my hamstrings and my adductors from the last leg day, but overall, pretty okay. I'm feeling relatively good about it, and I got it done pretty quickly, just over an hour, which is good. And that is actually including the warm up, which I did speed through a little bit, but I did, you know, warmed up my knees, I warmed up my calves, I warmed up quads, hamstrings, a little bit of everything. And I also like did a little bit in between exercises to prime myself for the machine or whatever it was. Anyways, I have to get some steppies in. I think I only have about 5,000 steps for the day so far. Not doing so great on that, but I will just do like a follow along workout. I think maybe the entire tub of cottage cheese was a little bit of a mistake. I was thinking that I am acclimated to lactose right now because I am eating cheeses, but the milk that I drink is lactose free. So, oh, I'm also eating yogurt. Yeah, so maybe not. I don't know. Maybe, I'm not sure why my tummy's gurgly then. Never mind. I should be acclimated to lactose. Okay, talk to you later. Okay, dinner time. Pork ribeye, tomato, cucumber, and somen noodles. Underneath is the ponzu sauce and some powders. And I put a little hot sauce on top. This is sambal because I forgot about it when I was mixing up the sauce. Really simple, but I love this kind of food. The noodles are hot. The pork is hot. The veg is cold. It's just gonna make it easier to eat. This is 100 grams of dry noodles, which is like about 350 calories. I'm tired. I'm tie. Okay, night. Okie dokie, it is Wednesday, April 16th. Golly, April went by fast. But just finished my upper body workout, kept it pretty easy, capped the reps, didn't do heavy weights or anything like that. Got the workout done in about an hour. I'm feeling fine about it. It was an okay workout. Shoulder felt mostly okay. The exercise that kind of aggravated it the most was chest press, but it was also like, you would think that like down here, it would hurt more, or it would be in a more compromised position, but actually when my arm was extended was where it felt not the best. So that was kind of interesting. Everything else was pretty okay. I'm just being real conservative. Easy workout. Basically the same thing I've been doing this entire block with the dumbbell lateral raises, chest press, pull downs, face pulls, curls, and push downs. But I did use the rope handle for the push downs, but mostly because I was feeling lazy and I didn't feel like changing the handle. I have about 5,000 steps, so I need to do something to get the rest of that 10K in, but I definitely want to take it really easy. I think I got a shin splint yesterday. My right shin is feeling just like a little bit some type of way. I'm pretty sure that I did not twist my ankle, but yeah, it does feel like there's something going on in that region. So I'm gonna take it actually super easy. I might even just like put on a YouTube video that I actually want to watch and maybe just walk in place. We'll see how it goes. If I can find something that's suitably low impact, then I'll just follow along. But if not, then I will do my own thing. Not really sure what's going on for dinner, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I have defrosted some beef, but I might do chicken or shrimp. We'll see. I do have some sweet potatoes I need to eat, but I don't know if I feel like sweet potatoes tonight. See, this is why I usually meal plan. I just get I get in this place where I'm really indecisive. and I just have a hard time like picking out what to eat, because there's like any number of things that I could possibly eat that I could put together relatively quickly, but I just get in like really indecisive about it. So that's why I kind of try to decide these things ahead of time so I don't get to this place. And it's especially bad when I'm hungry. When I'm hungry, I am even more indecisive, which seems a little counterintuitive. You'd think that if you were hungry, you just want to pick something and eat. But usually I find myself more indecisive and just like back and forth, can't decide. And then I just end up with something that doesn't turn out to be that good. You know what I'm saying? It'll be like, oh, well, I could have chicken with ramen, or I could have some beef with potatoes, or I could have shrimp with rice, but instead I'm just gonna have a bunch of oatmeal and protein powder. You know, that's how I roll for some reason. I'm not sure why I do that. I'll check in with you later. You'll probably see what I end up doing for the steppies. I thought about going outside, but I think it's actually kind of cold. Maryland weather is real wild this time of year. It'll go from like 70 to like 40 and very unpredictable. It's been very windy and kind of rainy the last few days, so I don't think it's that nice out. Anyways, so yeah. Okay, fast and easy dinner. I have steak, air-dried black bean noodles, and 1 fried egg. The steak is called sirloin tender steak from Walmart. Not exactly sure what that specifically means. And then I opened up the wasabi flavor of the pickled radish wraps, and I'm gonna give them a try today. It smells more pickled than wasabi, which I think is good for me because I don't necessarily love the taste of wasabi, but I think it will go good with the steak. I did make Joey a really good looking udon noodle dish though. I'm gonna dox it with fried eggs. It's got udon, some veggies, some pork, but the sauce is literally just like teriyaki sauce and a little bit of hot sauce. Okay, night. Look at us leaving the house, trying not to dox ourselves.
Just look at the sky.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful sky out.
I bet you the geoguesser dude will know exactly where we are.
Oh my god, don't curse us, okay? Don't.
The Rain Man of geoguessers, bro.
Just dropped Joey off back at the house. We did like 1 lap around the block, and that was about all Joey could handle right now. His recovery is going pretty well, I would say, but after 2 surgeries in less than a week, obviously he's a little under the weather. So 1 lap around the block was good for him, and I'm just gonna go for a little while longer. I also needed another hoodie because I was pretty chilly. Kind of crapped out today. I had planned on doing a simple little leg day, but yeah, time got away from me. It didn't really get away from me. That's a lie. It got a little later in the day. I was doing some stuff around the house, and then I was just like tired. So decided not to do that little accessory leg day, but I might try to do it tomorrow. It just depends on how I'm feeling. But yeah, today was just like kind of a bust. I got super fatigued all of a sudden, and yeah, I just really didn't want to do the thing. So it's decently nice out, and getting in a little bit of a walk around the neighborhood that I can't really show you without doxing myself. There's some very pretty flowers out here, and the sky is very blue, as you can probably see. So I will check in again at dinner time, and we'll figure out what to do then. Okay, it's dinner time, and I don't know, brain not working good. So instant ramen again. And in here I have some chicken thighs. I think for me it was like 250 grams, something like that. And then I also sauteed a few cherry tomatoes with my chicken. And then I had a small can of corn in the pantry, so figured why not throw it in the ramen as well. It's not really my favorite ramen topping, but I do like corn in general, so that's okay by me. This is just like the mild flavor, but I did add a little bit of mushroom bouillon powder in it because I don't know, I feel like maybe because I'm doing more cardio type workouts lately, but I've been feeling like I really need salty food. I also drink a lot of water, so could be also why. Tomorrow's grocery day, and I did come up with a menu for next week, so hopefully the food will be a little bit more interesting. The walk outside ended up being maybe like an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, and I'm very close to my step goal. I think I'm already in the 9,000 something, so that's really awesome. It was a little nippy out. It was kind of cold, but it was nice to get outside a little bit. I just like put on a YouTube video that I could listen to without actually watching, and yeah, I just vibed out. Night. Good morning. It's Friday, April 18th. Just got back from grocery shopping, so we're gonna do a haul. I went to Walmart and Costco. We're gonna go by category. So in the protein category, Costco finally got the Amy Lou roasted garlic and Asiago chicken sausages. These are the absolute best flavor of Amy Lou products available, and Costco did not have them for like months and months and months. Serving size is one sausage. One sausage is 120 calories, 7 grams of fat, 1 gram of carb, and 14 grams of protein. It basically has like little chunks of cheese throughout the sausage, and they get really ooey and gooey when you cook them. These are so good. I got like 4 packages of them because now I'm like worried they're gonna go out of stock again. So yeah, get these if you can find them. I also had to stock up on chicken thighs. I got the biggest package I could find. This one is like 10.5 pounds, but I'm gonna separate that, put it in the freezer. And I also got large eggs. These were all from Costco. Next up, we have dairy. I picked up more fat-free Fairlife. I got 2 bottles and more Dannon Light and Fit Greek yogurt. This is the fat-free. Tiramisu is my favorite flavor, but they also had a new flavor, lemon meringue. It's a limited edition. So I'm gonna try this. I'm sure I'm gonna like it. I like citrus flavors, so I think that's gonna be really good. I got a lot of veg and fruit. Okay, fruit of the week, mandarin oranges from Costco. I picked up as well mushrooms from Costco, tomatoes, 1 red onion, cucumbers, a lot of scallions, dill, Italian flat leaf parsley, cilantro, canned corn. It was really good in the ramen last night, so I got like 4 small cans. Mediterranean Crunch chopped salad kit, and it's got like 2 bags, so this was from Costco. I'm just like craving salad, and usually Joey brings home salad kits, the Caesar salad kits, but obviously he's not working right now. Vegetable of the week is green beans from Costco, and my specific green of the week is baby arugula. Joey doesn't really eat this kind of stuff, but yeah, picked up baby arugula because I knew Costco had like the big containers. From Walmart, I also got kimchi. I've never tried this brand. I don't have high hopes, but I just didn't want to go and get like the massive container from H Mart. So I got original kimchi and white kimchi. The brand is Lucky Foods. We'll see how it is. And then what else? Okay, snacks. 2 loaves of Lewis Bake Shop Healthy Life Hawaiian Keto Bread. I literally go through 2 loaves of this a week, mostly me eating it too. These are for Joey, Ritz crackers. Also mostly for Joey, strawberry Pop-Tarts. This is my favorite flavor of Pop-Tarts. It's like the only flavor I eat, to be honest. Sometimes I can fit them in. And I mean, 370 calories for 2 Pop-Tarts is not really the worst. But yeah, I probably won't be eating a lot of these, but Joey will definitely eat it. I also got more shrimp from Costco. I go through it a lot. So I picked up 2 bags and I just threw them right into the chest freezer. Oh, this is miscellaneous. I got an OxyClean mini instant stain remover on the go pen. This is something I'm gonna pack for Japan because I love ramen. We eat a lot of ramen. We eat a lot of noodles when we're in Japan, and I slurp, as you should in Japan, and sometimes I get stains on my clothes. I also got a tiny Febreze spray bottle. The last thing, I got these fiber gummies from Costco, and I'm taking this entire container with me to Japan. I am very worried about my gut situation, considering that I'm going from a fat loss phase, eating a lot of nutritious and fibrous foods, to eating a lot of like greasy, oily, fatty foods, carby foods. Very, like, basically the opposite of my typical diet. And I would also say that sometimes it can be difficult to eat a lot of vegetables. In Japan, they tend to be on the more expensive side, and it's just like not super common to be able to get vegetables in large quantities at restaurants. I don't know if that really makes sense. So I picked up these fiber gummies. They offered the most fiber per serving, and also kind of like the smallest serving. So I hope that these will help me while I am on vacation. So it's basically 1 serving is 3 gummies. There are 80 servings in this container, 15 calories per serving, 7 carbs, and 6 grams of dietary fiber. And it says that you can have up to 3 servings a day. Hopefully it helps. They had like fiber pills and they had fiber powders. I didn't really want to take a powder. And the pills just like didn't have as much fiber per serving, which was kind of annoying. Like, I don't want to take like 30 pills a day and not get as much fiber. So that's it for the grocery haul. And I am going to try and do my accessory leg day today. I'm going to try to like get it done earlier before I run out of energy. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, I'm feeling okay. The thing is that like, I'm definitely more of a morning person. You know, I wake up, I have my coffee, I have my green powder or whatever, and I have like a good amount of energy like first thing in the morning. But like, it's almost like the opposite of like an exponential graph, because I'm here and then like I tank like right around 5 o'clock at night. I'm like done for the day. Anything later than 5 and I just like can't do the thing. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get it in a little bit earlier today. The walk was nice yesterday, but probably I'll try to do a cardio stepping, follow along workout thing instead today, just to like get it done faster, because I do have a lot of editing and stuff to do because I'm really behind. And yeah, so I will talk to you later. Not sure what I'm doing for lunch and dinner, but we'll figure it out. Actually, I defrosted some chicken. So something with chicken for lunch and dinner. Hello again, I'm up in the office. It is still Friday. Interestingly enough, I noticed this morning that down here in the strategy section of my FitnessPal, I got a not my FitnessPal, in the strategy section of MacroFactor, I got a notification. So I figured we would check it out together because this has never happened to me before and I'm curious to see what it means. So clicking on that, it's saying that I can complete my goal. What was my goal? So my goal was to get down to 142 pounds. And I guess that's what it's telling me to complete. So I'm gonna complete my goal now. Oh snap, it's got like a whole animation. I'm surprised. This is really cute. Is there sound? No, no sound. You did it! Go science! Wait for trend, wait. Oh, I guess that's it. Awesome, very cute. So, it looks like I have reached my goal weight ahead of schedule, which is kind of funny because at a relatively early point in my fat loss phase, I stopped using the program that MacroFactor was giving me and went to my own manual program. I am going to finish out this week still at 1450 calories a day, and I'm gonna do a final weigh-in on Monday. Final weigh-in for this fat loss phase. I mean, I still weigh myself on the regular. And then I will do an entirely separate video where I show the before and after and I talk all about how this fat loss phase went. But I want to say that the reason I'm choosing not to go the full 16 weeks, we will be ending at 15 weeks, is because I have a vacation to Japan planned in early May. And it makes sense for me to increase my calories in advance of that vacation, where I planned not to track anything that I eat or hold back, because it's like the one time of year where I truly go all in. And I love that for me. So finishing out this week, and I will do a final finale before and after where we talk about how it went, and all the juicy details, and then I'll explain like where I'm going from there in terms of like diet, exercise, all those details. I think it also just makes sense because I am struggling with my shoulder and recovery and just like really bad fatigue right now, that if I don't need to keep pushing my body, why keep going? No reason. There's no reason. I reached my goal weight. I'm really happy with the way that I'm looking leanness wise. So yeah, we're just gonna end it there. I hope you will stick with me for the rest of this video instead of just like skipping it all together. But yeah, the TLDR is that this has been an incredibly successful fat loss phase for me, and I am excited to see the true before and after and how they compare, because I haven't really even looked at it much myself. Like, I can tell that I've lost a lot of weight, but to see it side by side, I think that's going to be really cool. So anyways, still planning to do a workout, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. So I'll talk to you then. Did the workout and it was fine. I ended up doing split squats, Bulgarian split squats, and I used the squat rack with the barbell, and I put a pad on the barbell for my footy. That's usually the best way for me. I don't know why, for some reason, I get really bad foot cramps in the the bottom of my foot when I try to put my foot flat on a bench. So I prefer to do it with my barbell setup. I just did body weight. I probably could have done some weight, or I probably could have done more reps, but this is my lower accessory day, so I wasn't trying to go too hard. I also did a superset of leg curls and leg extensions, but instead of doing one leg at a time, I did both legs at the same time for both of those exercises. And then I did another superset with the machine, the abduction and adduction machine, just back and forth and back and forth. It was 4 sets of split squats, 4 supersets of leg curls and leg extensions, and then 3 supersets of hip abduction and adduction. I feel like I did push myself a little bit on the curls and the extensions, but less so on the split squats, just because I was a little iffy about it. Yeah, overall, it was fine. I did end up starting around 4 o'clock, which was not really my original intention, but it worked out. And if you're like, wait a second, why is she wearing a full face of makeup for no particular reason? You are correct, it was for no particular reason. I just felt like playing with makeup, so I put makeup on. Joey pointed out that I should maybe like film some other kind of video for YouTube, but I don't need to wear makeup for YouTube specifically, and I was not really prepared to do another video. I honestly still need to do a gym tour video, but I don't know. I'm just doing my best here, gamers. I mean, shoulder feels okay, but I can tell that it's not 100%. Still have a little bit of lingering shin splint action in my right leg, but other than that, I'm just tired. I'm not particularly sore, just fatigued and tired. And yeah, I think that's all I had to say about this workout. It honestly was nothing special. I just want to try to get 5 workouts in a week, so I'm not drastically reducing my overall daily energy expenditure. So if I just do a thing and it's like not the best thing that I've ever done in my entire life, I'm okay with that. I am gonna do some cardio or some stepping. I'm watching JD Gaines on Twitch right now. Wow, that's really blown out. You can't see anything. I'm watching JD Gaines on Twitch right now. She streams a lot of her, maybe not a lot. She streams her workouts on Twitch a couple times a week. Just so happened to coincide with my workout today. So it was kind of cool. It was like we were working out together, even though we weren't doing like the same thing. She is going to do some cardio, and I might just like follow along or do something similar. I don't know. I'm not sure what she's doing, but I'm also going to do some cardio at the same time. We'll just figure it out. I actually have a good amount of steps today. Okay, me trying to check my watch. Maybe not the best amount, about 5.5K steps. So I do need to get a bit more. So we're gonna get that in. We're gonna do it. Also, the makeup is looking okay on camera, but I feel like IRL is a little cakey, but that's fine. Okay, talk to you later. Okay, it's Saturday, April 19th. I literally just looked at it. Yeah, April 19th, just finished my upper body workout. It was fine. I capped the reps because my shoulder doesn't feel 100% still, but really the only thing that actually felt like I was having a little bit of trouble was the flat dumbbell bench press. The weight was easy to lift because like 20 pounds, 25 pounds in each hand, it's just like not that much for me, but my shoulder felt unstable. I don't know how to really explain it. Like I could lift the weight, but when I got like to full extension, it just felt like my shoulder was a little shaky. It's kind of a weird feeling, but yeah. Didn't push myself too hard. Yeah, and just like kind of worried in general about going too hard on the upper body stuff. Most likely I'll just kind of be in this sort of upper body maintenance situation until vacation and then reassess how I'm feeling when we get back. But got it in and it was fine. I didn't end up supersetting anything for some reason. Oh, I know why I didn't superset stuff. I was trying to get steps in by walking in between every set, but I'm actually incredibly low on steps today, not even 4,000, and it's like 6 o'clock. And that's because my legs are cooked. I think it is a combination of an extra leg day, doing an exercise I don't normally do, which would be Bulgarian split squats, and then doing a high intensity interval workout directly after that also had some leg exercises. And I definitely didn't like do anything crazy during that HIIT session because it was literally just body weight squats and body weight lunges, and I did them at a relatively slow pace, but in combination with everything else, my legs are like super cooked. Yeah, those Bulgarian split squats are no joke, even just doing them body weight. I really should not sleep on those, but I just hate leg day, so. And Bulgarian split squats are kind of like the worst of the worst leg exercises, but yeah, sometimes you gotta make yourself do things you don't like. You know what I'm saying? I think today I probably am just gonna do like a really chill walk, go outside again. Supposedly it's like around 80 degrees right now. I think Joey's also gonna do a lap around the block with me as well. Also, you saw yesterday that I did hop on the treadmill and I did a 1/4 mile run at 6 miles per hour, which doesn't look very fast when I was watching back the footage, but it felt like I was going pretty fast when I was actually doing it. I left the entire clip in without changing the speed because I'm hoping that runners out there could give me some constructive criticism. I did ask in the Discord I'm in if anybody had any suggestions, if they saw any like glaring problems with like my gait or my stride, and I got some really helpful tips and things to work on. But if you yourself are a runner and you see something that you would like to comment on, I am so open and appreciative of constructive criticism because I'm not a running girly. It's kind of cool to move my body a little faster than normal because I'm a very slow moving person. But yeah, I definitely do not claim to be an experienced runner, and I don't really see myself doing like distance running or anything like that. It's just like kind of fun to jump on the treadmill and go kind of fast every once in a while. But anyways, I'm gonna go change and do that walk. It's honestly gonna have to be like a really long walk because I'm so low on steps, but that's fine. I'll just put on a video or a podcast and just enjoy the nice weather. So talk to you later. Way too much forehead in this video, but I got dinner ready. I needed exactly 4 shrimp and 1 chicken tenderloin to reach my protein goals for the day because I had a protein shake before I did my workout. Also got the instant black bean noodles and a bunch of green beans cooked with a little bit of tomato. Super simple because I am Thai. Really close to my 10,000 steps. I had to walk for quite a while because I was so low today, but I am feeling super gassed. I don't know what it is about just plain walking that just really makes me very tired. But it was also pretty hot out. It was like 80 degrees, so that probably didn't help. I'm gonna sign off for the night. Talk to you tomorrow. So like 3 weeks later, I'm finally trying the Nuri protein shake in vanilla. If you buy these, I definitely think you should give them a very gentle shake, but be really careful because they pop. Let's see if I can open this with one hand. Nailed it. Looking thick and frothy. Oh, that's quite pleasant. Wow. I always feel like vanilla protein shakes have a really bad aftertaste. This is really good. It tastes like vanilla ice cream. It's super comparable to Fairlife vanilla protein shakes. Wow, that's super good actually. Wow, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. This is even better. This is better than the chocolate flavor. And yeah, I don't really say that often because usually vanilla has just like this I feel like it's almost like tastes like coconut. It has like a weird coconut aftertaste or under flavor. Well, okay, super good. I wish I had tried these sooner. Okay, definitely not sponsored or affiliated with Nuri in any way, but I really like this vanilla protein shake. Today's Sunday. I guess happy Easter if you celebrate. I don't really celebrate. It is also 420, but I also don't celebrate that. But anyways, Sunday, April 20th, the official last workout of this fat loss phase, and it was a leg day. I am still super sore from the leg day on Friday, so I really didn't push myself super hard. I definitely did feel a really good stretch while I was doing the landmine RDLs, and the leg curls were particularly rough today, and that's just because I'm tired and sore. Overall, it was an okay workout. And I'm a little bit low on steps. I only have about 5,000 because I spent all morning editing. Not all morning. I had actually a ton of plant chores that I needed to do. I've slightly been neglecting my plants, but I'm also trying to adjust my watering schedule to account for going on vacation. So we do have somebody that comes to the house every single day to feed Mafik and scoop the cat litter, and I also ask them to water my plants like once a week, which is going to be like 3 times while we're on vacation. So I'm just trying to take that into account now, so I'm not over or under watering my plants in advance of going on vacation. But at the same time, I'm really not too precious about my houseplants. I've talked about it before in other videos, but I think of them more like longer lasting bouquets of flowers. And typically they cost less than a bouquet of flowers. Can you believe that? Flowers are actually very expensive. Like really nice flowers are very expensive. So if I purchased a $10 to $20 plant and I had it for a year or more, I'm totally satisfied with the amount of joy I got from that plant. So, you know, if plants die while I'm on vacation, it is what it is. I don't worry too much about it. There's like one plant that I would be very sad about, but it's also a cactus, so it doesn't need to be watered at all while we're gone. I will do the weekly check-in with you tomorrow and give you all the stats for the stat nerds like me. TLDR is that I pretty much got my steps in, did my workouts, I did my cardio, stayed on track for my macros, but you know, I like to give the entire breakdown. And then in a separate video, we will do the before and after and the full recap of how this fat loss phase went. But other than that, I will talk to you a little bit later with dinner. It's gonna be something super simple again. I'm a little low on calories today because I was just like feeling really hungry. I think when I'm really sore and fatigued specifically, makes me more hungry. It's probably my body telling me that it needs nourishment in order to recover, which yeah, it definitely does. I'm definitely looking forward to a higher calorie intake starting next week. So I'll talk to you a little bit later. Bye for now. Okay, dinner time. And I would call this a warm noodle salad. So underneath I have about 50 grams of arugula. I have some tomato, cucumber, kimchi, 8 shrimp, because that's all I needed for my protein goal today, and that roasted seasoned laver. This is 100 grams of somen noodles, and I didn't rinse them in cold water, so they're still pretty hot. The dressing is just ponzu sauce and vinegar, and yeah, that's pretty much it. This kimchi that I got at Walmart is actually pretty good. I'm definitely not a kimchi connoisseur, but it's very fermented and it's actually like pretty spicy. I would say it's more spicy than the kimchi I usually get at H Mart, which is a little surprising. Anyways, this is gonna be good and I'm looking forward to it, and I like that I was able to fit a full 100 grams of noodles in because that makes it very satisfying. I do have a couple hundred more calories left for snacks at the end of the night, which is also very exciting. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I will talk to you tomorrow with the check-in. Alrighty fam, that's it for this week. So let's do a really quick recap. I stayed steady with my goals and I hit all 3 of my main lifting and workout priorities. I got all 5 lifting workouts done. I also did 1 high intensity interval training workout, as well as some other running, jogging, step things throughout the week, which is great for cardio as well. I also averaged just over 10,300 steps a day, which is awesome. Nothing flashy, just showing up day after day, and the results speak for themselves, really. For nutrition, I was aiming for 1,449 calories, 145 grams of protein, 45 grams of fat, and 116 grams of carbs a day. My daily average ended up being 1,452 calories, 161 grams of protein, 27 grams of fat, and 174 grams of carbs. So not exactly what I was planning. A little less fat and a little more carbs, also a little more protein, but overall it worked out really well for how I was feeling and how I was training. Really high protein usually helps with my overall recovery, and I think the higher carb intake also helps with my energy levels, especially considering all the cardio I've added in recently. Speaking of feelings, I am tired, not gonna sugarcoat it, mentally and physically. Plus, I'm still easing back into workouts and feeling out how my shoulder is doing with that injury. So I was really careful not to push too hard on the upper body days. It wasn't about crushing it. It was about being smart and listening to my body. I also adjusted my workout schedule to take my shoulder into account. So I went from 3 upper body days and 2 lower body days to 2 upper body days a week and 3 lower body workouts a week. So I kept my overall workload and activity level about the same, but I gave my shoulder more time to recover in between workouts. And the biggest update of the week is that my 16-week fat loss phase is actually done a week early because I hit my goal weight of 142 pounds ahead of schedule. So in 15 weeks of being in a calorie deficit, I dropped about 12 pounds, which is exactly about what I wanted. I'm honestly just really proud of how this whole season of my fitness journey has gone. Not because it was perfect, but because I kept showing up for myself, even on the hard days and through all the unexpected roadblocks. So if you're out there working towards something too, just a little reminder that consistency matters matters way more than perfection. You're doing better than you think, and you're gonna reach your goals just as long as you stick with your priorities and you stay consistent as well. So, thank you so much for hanging out with me through this entire season of my life. I so appreciate you being here. Next up, I'll be sharing a full recap of my entire fat loss phase with before and afters, what changed, what didn't, all of it. Gonna give you the scoop, and I will also tell what's on the horizon for me and my fitness journey. So for me, sustainable and maintainable fitness is the name of the game. So I'll chat about how my calories, macros, and workouts will change going forward. So don't forget to be responsible for your own gains, and I hope to see you in that next video. Bye.